YouTube channel. My name is Kolelo Roberta Mkachwa, and I go by the name Roberta M across all my social media platforms. To my returning subscribers, thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate you guys. I am because you are. And to anybody that is new in this channel, I hope you like, I hope you comment, and I hope you just stick around in order to keep track on how I approach wellness in an inside-out approach. So welcome to another episode, and we have a very, very special episode today whereby we are sharing or giving information to you guys, and we have a very much important guest today, a guest of note, and we're just putting a string to change things around this time around. And I just cannot wait for you guys to enjoy this episode. And we have a medical practitioner who studied in the University of Pretoria, who is practicing in general practice currently. And we have Lindelwa Nosipho Sibia. Welcome to our channel.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me so much.
We are honored to have you. We are really honored, and we cannot wait to just enjoy the episode, to enjoy sharing information, and just to, I know this is not a very much familiar space for you. I hope this doesn't feel like a consultation.
Okay.
All right. Just to break the ice, I'm just going to ask you, I think maybe 5 or 4 questions.
Not a problem.
All right. Would you rather have coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Coffee.
Coffee lover, definitely.
All right. Would you rather read a book or a movie?
I think I'm a bit of both. I really like to start off my weekends with a movie night, and then end off my weekend with a really good fiction book. So can I just stay in the middle?
I guess there's middle ground there, because I feel like it makes a lot of sense.
It does.
I think on Friday you are off the busy with everything that you're doing. So in order to wind down, a movie makes sense. And then Sundays are usually days where most of us reflect on things and all of that. So easing into the week again, I think a book makes a lot of sense.
Very mindful.
So I'll give you that one.
Thank you.
All right. Would you then rather drink juice or cold drink?
Juice.
And then would you rather BMW or Mercedes?
BMW through and through. I like to floor it, okay?
Yeah. The last one, R&B or house?
R&B.
R&B.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I feel like from these sets of questions, I can really pick up the kind of person that you are. But it's not about realizing or picking up whether are you a chilled person or are you a loud person and all of that. But thank you so much for being here.
It's always a pleasure.
We really, really appreciate your presence. And I hope that our people that are subscribed to our channel and people that come across our channel will learn so much from you.
I hope so too. This has to be a very informative session, and let's do it.
Yeah. All right. First of all, the first question, which maybe I can just ask, is that what does wellness mean to you?
Wellness to me, and also in a medical perspective, has to be a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being. It is not merely the absence of disease or infirmity, but it's basically a state of complete physical, emotional, mental, and social well-being. I think that's the best way to describe it for me.
Yeah, I think from what you're saying, what I'm picking up is that basically wellness is a state of balance in a way.
Yes.
I was thinking about it yesterday, and I was like, what does balance really mean? And I like what you said now, to say that it doesn't mean the absence of disease or the absence of anything, but it just means balance, basically.
Yes.
Yeah, because I thought about it, I'm like, but what does balance really mean? And I thought, if we vater pass, I don't know if you know what a vater pass is. It would be there at 0 degrees, you know. Yeah, but no, that is really beautiful. And how do you think, or how does overall wellness of a person affect their day-to-day activities and day-to-day life?
Okay, so I think basically wellness is just a balance between your physical, your mental, and your social. So you need to try and balance everything out, right? So if you make sure that everything is checked out, it makes you a better person, right? Better productivity, you're able to get done your tasks, you're better to show up, you're good at showing up more for people, showing up at work. But let's say maybe you have a deficit when it comes to your mental well-being. Do you think you'd be able to actually show up at work and show up for everyone else? That's exactly. So I think the importance of making sure that one is always healthy makes them show up better, have better relationships, and with other people and with themselves as well, and actually get to carry out, be productive in a day, carry out their purpose holistically. If we look at it long term, yeah.
I like what you're saying, especially about holistic wellness and holistically carrying out day-to-day duties. That's
Exactly.
all. So would that mean from as little as, if maybe you're not a working person, maybe preparing your children to go to school.
Definitely.
If you're at work, it's like your work must also be on par. And so basically everything revolves around being well.
Yes, definitely. I think it's one of the most important concepts that we talk about less, and we tend to try and undermine some of the aspects of wellness, and I think that is one mistake that we actually do as people.
What would you say are the best things that a person can do in order to facilitate them being well?
I think you need to look at your physical well-being first of all. What does that intake? Is it exercise, diet, right? That contributes towards your overall physical well-being. We also have let's say your mental well-being. How do you interact with yourself first of all? How do you interact with
interactions with self? I like that.
Exactly. Also getting to exercise the power of your conscious and your subconscious mind as well, because there's great power in both and you need to find balance. If your subconscious mind is just spiraling all the time, you are more likely to not be mentally intact. You get, so you just need to try to balance everything out.
I guess life is really complex. How do you even begin to keep balance of everything, you know? Yesterday I was actually thinking about it, or not even yesterday, but a few weeks ago, I was thinking about how I said to myself, adulting is literally everything crumbling all at once. And you just have to maintain and just keep everything standing. But basically what you're saying is that you need to keep control of your mind, keep control of the, what is it, is it the physical
And mental well-being as well.
Sure, that is hectic. But what advice can you give to someone that is saying, I'm struggling to control my subconscious mind. As a result, it's affecting my daily activities or everything that I have to do on a daily. Like, what would be the starting point to that person? As a result, maybe I eat too much because of all of that. As a result, I'm just constantly sleeping or doing all of these things.
Sure, okay, that's a lot. Every day is just a series of problem solving. How many decisions do you think you make as an adult in a day?
Sure.
Everything that you have to choose from, that's literally problem solving. You make 1,000 decisions a day. So I feel like that's something that we cannot run away from. I think we need to just embrace the difficulty that it is to be alive and living and moving as a human being and as an adult with the added responsibility, you understand? So I think the more you try to run away from responsibility and the things that you have to face, that's when you actually might start to spiral and crumble and all of that. Surely some days are worse than others, but I think you just need to there's a book that I was referred to recently. It's called eat your frog or swallow your frog. I'm not too sure about that. I haven't started reading it, so I'm still yet to. But I think even the description, the title of the book is every one of us, every day that we wake up, we have a frog that we have to swallow. You know, so don't run away from it. Just face your problems head on. Yeah,
I like that. And then how do you then come out and say, all right, I need to sort out my life? What is the starting point to attaining mental well-being, physical well-being, and just other aspects of just being well?
what we revise over and over in our head, what we tell ourselves, that's basically you building your subconscious mind. So you need to try and actively say positive things to yourself, because your mind grasps that. You know, your mind only knows what you tell it.
Okay.
If you're gonna wake up and always have negative thoughts and complaining of I have to do this, I have to do that, your mind just holds on to that. So I think if you want to start building your mental resilience, your life, I think you might start with your mind, because what you have in your mind is basically what comes out outward.
So the thing about people saying, yeah, I have affirmations, stick them on your fridge. It's not just the trend or things that these influencers are doing.
Definitely not a trend. I think affirmations are a good thing. Just to wake up, have those lists of whatever you're grateful for. Your mind automatically registers that, and it just sticks.
Oh, that is nice. That is amazing.
Yeah.
So I was currently on a journey of just attaining holistic wellness, and I started on physical wellness. I've just been trying to get to a point where I'm healthy again in terms of my body. Like, what would you say would be the starting point for someone that just says, you know what, I'm tired of breathing uncomfortably. I am tired of being unable, feeling tired all the time. I am tired of not completing my tasks at work because I can't stand for long, or I can't do any of these things. Like, of not even having proper sleep, you know.
Yeah.
What would be the best advice for someone that just wants to attain physical wellness?
Okay, I think you just touched on something very important, the quality of sleep. Quality of sleep, that's a very important thing, because if you don't sleep, you're not functional. If you don't sleep, you're not giving your mind a break, you know. Just as I said, we make a million decisions in a day. You need to try and also help your mind, you know, help yourself as well. But also, I think also physical activity and fixing your diet can be quite challenging for most of us. But I think you just need to put it in your mind, staple it in your mind, and just do it. Don't focus more on how you feel, but just know what you have to do and just attain it. If you know you have to get up, okay, let's maybe say you need to hit the gym after work, right? You come back from work, you are tired, and this workout that is just waiting there for you, and you're like, I could probably push it for tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's you basically sabotaging yourself. So I would just advise anyone that wants to make a change in that, just do it. Eat your frog. Just get up and do it, you know. Don't think too much about it. Don't try to reason with it. If you know you're not supposed to have that burger on a Tuesday, just don't have it. Don't even think about it. Just don't do it. Don't try to reason. Oh no, I feel so sad. I feel so down. And I'm not saying you need to be 100% perfect. Also learn to forgive yourself if you make a mistake here and there. But also try to move out of it, you know.
I want us to go somewhere, but now I like what you said about having to just do it. Doesn't matter how you feel, whether you feel sad, whether you feel what. I'm going to pause this question that I have because I think it's related to this. I hope I don't forget it.
Yeah.
But I wanted to say, like, what can I do? I'm sitting there in my couch. I'm eating snacks, I'm watching TV.
Yeah.
What is it like that I can do in order for myself to get to a place where I'm starting to feel good about myself? Not just about myself physically, but also within my body. Like, what can I do? What are the steps or what is it that you can recommend for someone that is tired of not feeling good in their own body?
Only for you to say, I don't feel good in
Very
how I feel,
true.
not anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
So I think just get up. You know, I'm not saying just cut everything out today. I'm not saying stop eating the snacks today. But just get up. I think a minimum of, so basically we recommend a minimum of 30 minutes workout a day, you know. You don't have gym membership, anything, you can do home workouts. There's very good online YouTube videos of cardio. You can just get up, do a 30-minute workout. It might not be as consistent in the beginning, but I think taking things step by step, you know, start by the workouts. The more you start losing weight, you're gonna be more convinced, you know, I can actually do this. You're gonna start cutting things out automatically. Just take it one step at a time. So for you to cut off something, you don't just completely stop, because then that'll starve you and suffocate you. So just do things one step at a time. Just start by 30-minute workouts, or maybe just a walk. So what we usually recommend is, especially with physical activity, we don't say just start run 20 kilometers
half marathon,
you know. You start off with walking around your house, you know, around the outside of your house. Just walk, just do 5 rounds, you know. Again tomorrow. The following week, just try to walk a bit faster. 3rd week, try to jog. And the 4th week, you are on the road. You know, so I think basically it's just like step by step. Just take it easy, be kind with yourself. If you make a mistake, accept it and try to move from it.
I was about to ask, I'm so glad that you actually covered this, to say, what if I can't afford things like gym, things that are expensive? So you're just making an example, just walk. Just walk. Cardio, there's cardio. You can do body weights for people looking for body weight. There's pull-ups, there's dips, there's squats, there's lunges. You can do those things. Those are body weights. You can do cardio. That is just walking, jogging, jumping jacks, you know, just pump that heart rate up. There's good online YouTube videos. Actually, the beginning of my fitness journey, I was doing a lot of online workouts at home. Yeah. So honestly, I didn't just start off doing 5 days a week. I have to admit. But yeah, I think I'm at a point where I'm comfortable with any number of exercises in a week. And I had to start somewhere. Yeah, that's amazing. That's really amazing. Also, what is the importance of, like, what is the importance of making sure that you put in some physical activity in your life? Okay, sure, that's a lot. The importance of physical activity. I think it's medically speaking, we have lifestyle diseases, right? So the more you don't exercise, the more you stay I don't want to say unhealthy, unfit. You don't move your body. They start to creep in, and if I come in, I call my friend calls their other friend, the next thing we're a whole host, you know. So I think that's the most important thing. So just to avoid the first one from coming in, because once the first is coming in, and the most important thing, or the nicest thing, is most of these are in our hands, you know. Of course, some are hereditary, meaning it can run from the family. Yes. But most of the time we have all the power. It's in you. If you're gonna be hypertensive at the age of 35, if you're gonna be taking any chronic medication, most of it is in your hands, basically. Sure. Are we now, like, which one do you often come across, or which lifestyle diseases are there that are affecting the youth or people of our age as of late? Okay, so I think also the age of when we start to diagnose lifestyle diseases in patients is actually decreasing. No way. It's actually starting your late 20s. Yes, late 20s. So it's no longer about go old people. Not 60s. even. Sure. So it's also quite a tough transition for us health professionals to say,
why am I diagnosing you with such a condition at this age? So you're now trying to think, what am I missing?
Sure.
But it's actually the reality of what we're facing these days. I think the most common, that was the question, right?
Yes.
The most common would have to be hypertension, diabetes, obesity. A lot of people are struggling with weight. Thyroid dysfunction, and I think those are the most common.
Sure. This is very scary and shocking at the same time, because you can never, like, I would have never thought that this is how it has decreased, you know. I feel like normally we would see people or see things and we're like, but you can tell that the cycle of life is slowly, or the quality of life is slowly decreasing.
Yes.
People used to go as old as 100 and something years, but now people will tell you midlife crisis starts there at around over 40, you know, late 30s going all the way to 40. So that is really, really a sad situation. So when you speak about obesity, how can one maintain a healthy BMI?
Be obviously physical activity, your diet, right? So we look at so what we recommend is I did say this, 30 minutes at least a day, and in a week a minimum of 150 minutes, right?
So that is basically non-negotiable.
It's a minimum. If you
30 minutes.
Yes. If Utosi, you know what, I've tried, just do 30 minutes. And then your diet, your lifestyle, what you do, right? Your diet, low salt intake diet, low sugar, less carbs, more protein, low fat diet. Alcohol consumption, try to limit it. For females, we usually recommend not more than one standard drink.
Is this a glass?
A day. So a standard drink could be a glass of wine, a bottle of beer, a shot of spirits. And for males, we usually recommend not more than 2 a day. Yes.
So what about those that will say, I'm not going to drink the whole week? I am going to drink a weekend.
Unfortunately, it's still the same. You cannot, you cannot move it to the weekend. You can't just add them all up for the weekend. You just need to, for a day, that is all that you're required to have. Actually, smoking cessation, just stop smoking. We don't recommend smoking at all.
And basically all of these diseases are linked to this, because from what you're saying, just in obesity alone, you are in a way curing the rest of them just by watching what you eat and adding physical activity in your lifestyle.
Definitely. And most of the time we start with obesity. Once you are obese, hypertension is next. Once hypertension is next, you're at risk for diabetes, you know. So just start with one. For you to stop, you need to start with one. For you to prevent, you need to start with one.
Just to wrap our conversation up, like, how would you advise someone on how they should approach overall physical wellness?
Okay, there's a lot to talk about, but let me just summarize it with a little story time, my personal story. So before I started working out, I wouldn't say I really work crazy hours because I'm in general practice, right? But I used to wake up every day tired, going to work tired, going home tired. There wasn't a point in my day where I just didn't feel exhausted, you know? So I tried doing investigation, seeing what's wrong. Am I sick? Am I anything? So everything was okay, but I was still feeling tired, you know? So I just got up, I started going to the gym, you know? So I think overall we can take physical activity and wellness basically holistically, being the physical, the mental, and the social. Take it as medication. So if I go to the gym, that is my livelihood. So fast forward, I feel like my schedule is packed. I have more responsibility, having things change around in my life a bit, you know. So I was like, okay, what can I cut off from my daily routine? I looked at the list of things I do in a day and I was like, definitely not cutting the gym off because I'm basically cutting my own breath, you know. So I think that's one way to look at it. Just look at it as your livelihood, you know, something that you have to do. And obviously not doing physical activity or wellness as a way of getting a shortcut, you know, just I want to lose this fat fast, you know. Sometimes you're gonna work out, you're gonna lose like a drastic amount of weight, or maybe let's say your goal is a weight gain. You're gonna start working out, you're gonna see a rapid growth in your muscle and everything, and then you reach a place of plateau, right? So I think holistically what I'm trying to say is just do it, not because you want fast results or you want to see your life change right now. Just wake up and make it a choice that wellness, physical activity, healthy eating, mental well-being is basically your lifestyle. Just do it because you have to do it. It's non-negotiable. And don't try to act how you feel, because you're not always going to feel like getting up, going to the gym, eating healthy. Just do it because it is something that your body needs. You know how they teach us about wants and needs in primary? I think they might have forgotten that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I really like what you're saying. What you basically said, to say that you thought to yourself that if I were to cut out gym, I would be basically cutting out my breath. I guess that sums up the conversation for today. To say that basically working out is as good as you getting breath in your body, because your body needs it more than you can think about. And I think from the conversation that we have had today, what I can pick up or sum up for today is that it's not even about how sexy I look in this outfit, or how snatched, in today's language, how snatched I look, you know, in that fit. But it's more about what is happening in my body, in the inside, more than it is on the outside. And basically, if you do the right things with your body, put the right food in your body, or automatically, then you become snatched, you know.
Yeah, and look at it longer term, you know, just consistently do it no matter the results.
No matter the results.
Yeah.
And no matter how you feel. I remember before, I know this is coming up now, we have already said we're summing this up. I know, like, some ladies, like, people will tell you that when I'm approaching that time of the month, like, I always feel, my body always feels like I have cravings for certain things.
Yeah.
And I want to eat this, I want to eat that. How do you then balance that and just maintaining a healthy lifestyle?
Okay, I think just as we said, wellness is basically a state of physical, mental, social well-being without the absence of not really the absence of disease, of infirmity. So I think wellness holistically, it doesn't mean that you are like 100% perfect, you know. If you're living accordingly, you know, you can have I have to admit, cheat meals. Everyone has those, you know. But just try to do more good, more positive, more healthy eating, more physical activity, so that when it's time for you to have that slice of cake, you don't feel like you are imbalanced, you know. So doing more, let's say 90% good and 10% you are actually granted to spicing it up here and there. So yeah, I think that also gives the room for the days or the time of the month when you're actually feeling that way.
Oh, okay, I like what you're saying. And I think this answer goes back to what we said in the beginning.
Yeah.
Balance. Wow, thank you so much for being here. We really, really appreciate having you. I think medical practitioners, I don't think the conversation would ever end.
Yeah.
I hope you won't mind again when we raise our hand and say, no, let's take that conversation to another step, because then now we are at that level. But I think for today, you have covered a lot of questions which we had, and questions that other people can benefit from. So thank you so much for sharing your expertise with us. I think it's safe to call our friend of the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm looking forward to many, many more times.
Thank you so much. If you have reached this part of the video, we would like to thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you like, I hope you comment, I hope you share with others. and others and others and others, just so everybody can just come in and hop on this journey with us, for us to approach wellness in an inside out approach. It's not about being snatched alone. It's not an overnight ride, but it's a matter of us being consistent, us pressing on and changing our entire lifestyle in order for all of us to be healthy people. Thank you so much for watching. See you on the next one.